Oh, this hit. Oh man. And bear with me. It's like they were explaining something about why I'm hesitant. It's like why I've excuse me, become hesitant. It was something like the idea of like this bait and switch. It's like, and it's so true. It's like when I'm balanced, when things are going well and I'm ramped up in the right way and my energy's clear and I'm focused, aligned, positive, all these things, it's things start flooding in, which is good. That's how it works. And that includes though the bad. So it was like not having the right discernment, but it's more than that. I'm doing my best here, but it's kind of like a bait and switch. Like there's been a lot of people that have, oh God, it's like have come in and it seemed balanced. It seemed reciprocal. It seemed good, even, calm, balanced. They're showing all types of dynamics and relationships, and it's somewhere along the lines it becomes unbalanced. But it's only until after that idea of like the bait and switch, the hook. It's like after they've hooked you, after they, I guess it's like I've gotten you to let your guards down enough. It's like once you're relaxed enough. They've shown it in the past like that. It's like where I'll soften up, I'll start to trust again. And once my belly's soft, they'll punch me in the gut. It's that idea. And so it's like enough times that happens that you're like, okay, all right. I can't heal from this anymore. It's like I'm broken there, or I can't. It's like the wrong attitude, wrong hinge, wrong mindset, but you do become, it's that idea of like bitter, and it's not even giving that feeling of bitter, but it's scared, or it's like, forget it. Like we've tried, it's not working. But I'm not sure how to verbalize this one because maybe it's a lesson I don't understand. I was thinking it was like you have to speak up sooner. It's like the second it switches, speak up, right? It's like it's balanced, things are good, things are good, things are good. And then all of a sudden things are becoming unbalanced. And I think that's right there. It's like when we need to speak up. But I know for me in the past, it's been like, that's odd. And I might like speak up, but not, I guess, firm enough or strong enough or something. And it just keeps slipping and sliding into an unbalanced state, meaning it's the idea of then you start chasing the dragon. Because if you do let your guards down and then become somewhat dependent, you can become addicted, right? If you end up having anything or anyone meet 3 or more of your needs, you can become addicted to it. And people take advantage of this, whether they recognize or realize those principles or not. They take advantage of them unconsciously if they're just that way, right? Like we all fall into all these different patterns at different times in our lives, and this is why it's important to be conscious of your patterns so you can break them, so you're not participating in them. Nonetheless, I think that was also a big part of why it was like enough for me. I was like, I got to get on a self-healing journey and become dependent on nobody so that I get addicted to nobody and nothing. I allow nothing and no one to satiate me fully outside of me. I satiate inside of me. But again, we've talked about how that also can become isolating and rigid and wrong, right? Because then it ends up becoming wrong the other way too, right? It's learning to balance that and understanding what it all means to fully love and honor oneself. And I think of this example, it's that idea of like, if that is occurring for anybody, if you're experiencing that, where it's like you go into relationships and it is balanced, you are wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, you are aware, you are awake, and then it is like, well, what the fuck happened? Why does this keep happening? What is happening? And you start to recognize the pattern of it is like a bait and switch. And I think in the past they showed it more, it's like people become more envious, or the fact that you can turn it around, or this or that it becomes almost like a challenge for them, or it angers them, or it's like they become like happiness haters, and it's almost like they make the relationship competitive. And it's like, what is happening? We're on the same team, we're in this together, what is happening? But somewhere along the line they became envious, jealous, angry, who knows what. They got twisted and topsy-turvy in their own head. And so then they become unbalanced. And that's when you cannot become unbalanced. And if you do, it becomes the push-pull. It becomes an incorrect balance, and then it's broken. The other thing, they were showing many things this morning. I don't know if it has anything to do with this or not. At one point, they showed unconditional love just like flooding me with almost like a waterfall of pure white light, flushing out so much stuff from my energy, from my aura, from my field, everything. But then out of nowhere, there was this massive lion, that came, and I don't know, it was actually inside of me, but I don't know how to describe this vision verbally, but it then went up and it ate anything that was still like in my way or out of alignment. I mean, it was ferocious, and it ate it all up, all of it. And this is gross, but then it did defecate and then picked it all up in this cloth and swung it in the air to wrap it and tossed it into this big fiery pit. It was wild. And then he like tamed down and calmed down and went. It was like he sat guard in the center of me or something, because he kind of just sat at peace in the center of me while we were both still being flooded with this pure white light. I don't know how else to explain the feeling and the flooding. It is like the idea of a waterfall, and that it was so heavy, so nonstop and all-consuming. But then there was another vision that came through, and it was like flickering between two images, but it was the same, where it was, both of them were like picnic tables, and there was all this stuff on them, and there was not a blanket, but like a tablecloth, thank you. And the tablecloth was yanked from underneath all the dishes and all the food and all the stuff. And the one vision, again, it was like flickering between the two. So I think we'll get through this together, let's say. The one where the tablecloth was pulled out, everything landed seamlessly, perfectly in place, as if it was never touched, as if the tablecloth was never pulled out. And I think it was that idea of it was all built on firm foundation. It had a steady table underneath it, and the thin tablecloth being yanked out wasn't doing anything, really. It was just looking nice. But then they showed another one, and same thing, ripped the tablecloth out. And at first I thought it just meant it was shocked, because everything on the table got disturbed, everything cracked, everything smashed, everything, it went topsy-turvy. It just was a disaster everywhere. And I guess that's the idea of like it was all lies. None of it was built from pure intentions. It was all looking to get or take, or none of it was pure. None of it was pure. And again, I don't know if this matters, but with that one, it felt like it was all shocked. It was like everything that the same. I'm not sure how to describe this. I mean, it was the same image flashing back and forth. One was shocked, the other one wasn't even affected. And so the shocked one was, I think, the idea of built on faulty foundations and intentions, like we talked about, but it keeps talking about shocked. Maybe it's like they didn't even know it was built on faulty foundation. Who knew? Like nobody knew, and nobody knew the tablecloth was that thin barrier between life and death, between it existing and it not. It was such a thin tablecloth. It was like the tablecloth had to be ripped out and that's it. It's all shot to hell. Apparently, yeah. And there's more here. It's giving this feeling of like, it was shock, but what else? It was like, it was built on faulty intentions. It was something, I think part of it that was upsetting to me and shocking, because they then was starting to show me different things on the table, which were people, places, like this idea. And it was like, really? Was it all false then? Was none of it true? Was none of it? And it was so like hurtful. And, but it's always like, where were my intentions? Because I feel like that's the only benefit to us, right? We can't really guess other people's situation or scenario. You know what I mean? Like you can get tangled there. So to me, it's always just like, where were yours? Where were you faulty? Like, let's take our own accountability here. And what were you looking to get? Were you looking to get? What was the scenario? And, I think that was what was so harmful. There was quite a few that I couldn't see the get. Like it was pure intentions. It was all pure intentions. And so it was like, well, that fucking sucks. Like, are you telling me to be more of a bastard then? In that those who have pure intentions are going to get shattered and hurt. And so what? We should be more like the bastards and just take and get and take what we want and be strong and firm about it. Like that can't be the message. And so no, it's like take your own accountability, see where could you have been looking to get, or there was a bunch there. I feel like there's a little bit more, but I feel like they want me to leave that and go where, what. I feel like they're bringing me back to the beginning. Why did we come on? Oh, the bait and switch. Oh, that's what can happen with the bait and switch. It's like you think you're building on firm foundation because you're honest, true, pure, and you get with somebody else and it can appear that way, but a thin veil gets ripped out and it all falls to shit. And so... yeah, I'm missing something here because I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. So it's like that does form like that, people becoming more hesitant. That is what ends up happening. People end up starting to be like, forget it. And yet I feel like there's always our own accountability. That's where there's a little murkiness here because they keep showing it, but they keep showing that it wasn't my fault. And that's where I'm not saying it's all my fault. I'm not taking over accountability. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we do need to take our accountability, and I have plenty of my own. Do you see what I'm saying? Where I could have made different choices. I could have whatever. So I like to look at that so I can shore up those spots so that I can keep moving forward. And yet they keep seemingly implying there's spaces or plots or times that I'm not accountable for, but I'm taking accountability, and that's this is the problem we're circling. I'm confused there, where they keep bringing back to this bait and switch, where it's like, yes, you went innocent pure. They did not. And as soon as they saw that you were hooked, they pulled the rug from underneath you, and that's why it hurts so bad. And it appears like, so the one who was good, pure, innocent got hurt, and the one who had bad intentions got away scot-free. And so that is like the double whammy, but also makes me think, well, then something's wrong with me. So I guess it's a triple whammy, right? Like another wrong mishinge, but that is what we do. And we take a look. And so, sorry, I'm getting frustrated, and I think they are too, because I'm missing something right here. I feel like it's like a speak up sooner or move on faster. I feel like it's both of these, which maybe they are. Maybe it's because those are weaknesses for me. Those are weaknesses for me. Speak up sooner and move on faster. In that, I still work on not giving everybody the benefit of the doubt and not moving on too quickly. But that's the reason it's my shortcoming is I end up staying way too long at my own detriment. Like it's my own life then that I'm giving to something that doesn't feel right anymore. And I wait too long to speak up because it's like at one point it was good, so we think it'll go back to being good at some point. And it's just not how all this works. So maybe it is showing me to be stronger, firmer, like, yes, of course you have to work through things. You have to speak up. There's going to be bumps in the road, even when it's all from good intentions and you work through all that. But it's like the sooner you speak up and move forward when necessary, it's the less time you waste building on faulty foundation, right? If you're not speaking up and correcting it and or realizing, oh, it's not going to be corrected, this is bad intentions, this was a bait and switch or that idea, it's like the sooner you do that, the sooner you can move towards what you want. And the longer it takes you, the longer it takes you and the more time you are wasting. So this is why it always begins and ends with us. That's why I want to see that. That's why I'm saying that's my fault. I don't mean that in a mean way towards myself. I'm not trying to be that. I'm trying to take my own accountability so that I can fucking move forward, right? Like, it's like that's what I mean by that. It's like I'm not looking to berate myself or give myself a hard time or beat myself up. I'm looking to learn my lesson so I can see more clearly what it is I'm doing and how I can then solve or break that cycle to be more kind to myself, to honor myself more, to live the life I want, and see what has been blocking me or preventing me. And it's always ourselves. It's our own thoughts that are blocking us. We're getting in our own way all the time. We have to see what our thoughts are to determine how, where, why they're blocking us, to see the pattern, to see the cycle that we continue to put ourselves in. And we're making that choice. And it may be because we're familiar with that pain. So we keep going to that familiar pain, even though we don't like it. So we're going to have to fucking figure it out and go into the unknown and focus on what we do want. Yeah, and it is like you got to just trust. You got to let go. You got to keep just focusing on where you want to go because you don't have any other control. But you do have a choice. Okay. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.